Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use.
I'm from Flint, F-L-I-N-T. Fight like it's no tomorrow, motherfucker.
Yeah. Thinking to myself like, what the fuck is going on? Asking God for help like, what the fuck I'm doing wrong? He ain't giving me no answers, I figured it out myself. Got tired of asking questions, I'm tired of looking for help. Man, I can't win for losing, I'm steady taking these losses. Had to bury greed and chink, same week, 2 different coffins. Man, that shit'll traumatize you when it ain't trying to. Everybody shedding tears, you trying not to cry too. They say they feel my pain, but they don't know how much I'm hurting. Mama told me pray, it usually help, but it ain't working. Just to numb this pain, I'm popping perkins.
The motherfucking flake.
Take a knife to the back.
The motherfucking flake. The motherfucking flake. 36 is what I'm dropping.
Take a knife to the back.
My nigga, what's going on, Jake?
He still in the building, man. We on it like we want it.
Hey, man, we on it like we you know what I'm saying? Hey, man, fucking election day, baby, is here.
Oh man, guys, like I say, like I just told the man at the meeting, he said, "Be careful out here, man. These election people, you know, because I'm out in these suburbs for real, right?
Right.
You know, and I live deep in Trump country. So the man said, the brother said, he said, be careful out here, man. It's election day. These people might be going a little crazy. I said, yeah. And then I said, well, I feel like Mr. T back in the day with the, the move, the show, the A-Team, Mr. T.
Right.
He used to have all the gold on. He said, he used to say this, when somebody was saying something, he'll say, I pity the fool.
Right.
Yeah. Fool, man. Yeah, man. However's whatever, man. But like I say, it's a serious situation, man. But I feel good about it, though, man. I feel good from my side. I don't got no hard feelings about it. And even if, Trump was to win, which I truly doubt that that's going to even be a possibility. But if he was to win, I wouldn't be happy about it. It actually ruined my day. You know what I'm talking about? My year.
Right.
And probably a lot of our lives, once we see what's going to happen. But outside of that, man, once again, I respect free and fair elections and, the right for people to, the power is in the people, the strength is in the numbers, you know what I'm saying? So that's why it's so important for us to really, really get out there and vote, because we can't think that we already got it in the bag and be feeling good and get comfortable, you know what I'm saying? We got to grind, you know what I'm saying? And so that means everybody got to vote.
Right. Hey, I ain't gonna hold you up, Jake. We just gonna get into it, man. From the streets to the politics, man. Hey, look, right. So, give me 2 reasons, right? Give me 2 reasons why I should vote for VP Harris, and give me 2 reasons I shouldn't vote for Trump.
Okay, well, 2 reasons, easy right there.
Okay, let's go.
Okay, well, a lot of your friends, my friends, even us in our lifetime, already know you done paid for an abortion. I can't even count how many I paid for back in the Yeah, let's start right there. Let's get to the nitty gritty of it then, Nizzle.
Let's go, Diggs. Let's go. Let's go.
Yeah. So now we ain't got to say how many each of us did had, but we know we have paid for an abortion and had a girl that had our baby in her stomach and was pregnant and we decided that, we wasn't in the position or it wasn't the right time to, bring a child into this world. So she had the right, the privilege, and the access to go have an abortion.
Right.
Now, you agree?
Yeah, I agree with you.
Okay.
You know where I'm from.
I want to get you in no trouble now. Your baby mom be like, what was that other bitch you had a baby you had pregnant?
Nah, Jay. Nah.
But on the real spill though, but like I said, what they doing, like he already put in them judges in the Supreme Court and they overturned Roe versus Wade, which when you hear people say Roe versus Wade, that's the bill that gave all states in the United States the right to be able to have abortions in their state. it was a you know, it was a nationwide law. You know, it was you know, so it wasn't just a, so what the Republicans trying to play the game with is like trying to say they want to put it when the Supreme Court just overturned it this year, and Donald Trump was responsible for it. You can Google it. He's many times on television. He's proud of it, that he's taking responsibility for getting it overturned. And it's been something that's been in place for over 50 years. So now that means that your daughter, if you got a younger daughter or your granddaughter, and then all basically our kids now, our daughters got less rights than our mothers and girlfriends and baby mamas had when they wanted to make a decision with their own body. Now they don't got the right to make that decision because Roe versus Wade has been overturned by the Supreme Court justices, the 3 of them that Donald Trump picked, but he specifically picked them because of their views on Roe versus Wade. You know what I'm saying? So that's one thing. You know what I'm saying? And not even only including that. And see, this is what other people don't know. Abortion comes with the procedure for an abortion. It carries a lot of other things. Those procedures are used to save women lives in other ways. Just say she having can't have a baby, or the baby's having a complication, or she's hemorrhaging, and she's doing these them abortion type of procedures are the same procedures that got to be used sometime to save a woman's life. And now they got it in these states to where the doctors are even scared to do. A girl just died down here in Texas not too long ago. You know what I'm saying? I think just like must have been the last couple of weeks. A young white girl died. You know what I'm saying? And in Georgia, a black girl died. You know what I'm saying? 2 black women died. You know what I'm saying? Trying to go over to, you know what I'm saying, had trying to have an abortion, but they had to go across state. Anyway, they was having complications, and then 2 of them passed away. So I mean, it's just a procedure that's needed even outside of abortion, but it's something that can save lives. You know what I'm saying? So that's one thing. And the other thing is just for moral decency, bro. I mean, I can go into a lot of other, you know, things that she's gonna be doing for, you know, you a businessman, so she plan on, you know, instead of, they got a thing that the government provide for small business. You can get a small business loan, but the maximum is $5,000. She planned on increasing small business loans for all small businesses that qualify from the 5,000, because she said that just ain't enough for somebody to really, you know, get their business on their feet for real. So she's stepping the limit up from 5,000 to 50,000 for small businesses.
Okay.
So you a podcaster, you know what I'm saying? So that's 50 bands. You come with your proposal, you got your paperwork and everything is in place and everything is right. Instead of you qualifying for 5,000, you have access to now to be able to qualify for 50,000.
Okay.
Yeah. So another reason why I say don't vote for Trump, for one, is just that, you know what, I'm gonna just say this. And when your kids was in elementary school, even if you got any kids in elementary school,
okay,
and you know, the person who was the head of the school was the principal, right?
Right.
So if there was any problems to be dealt with or to be discussed or to be handled, then you know, if you can't talk to the teacher, if it's something too serious, you'll end up talking to the principal. The principal is the head honcho in charge, right?
Right. You're the captain of the ship, right?
Okay, so would you want the principal of the school that's in charge of where your kids go to get their education? Would you want the principal of the school to be charged just been convicted in a court of law by 12 jurors, which are 12 jurors of his peers, 12 different people that he didn't know, and his own attorney in jury selection? The prosecutor get to select 6. The defense attorney get to make 6. So 6 of the people that actually convicted Donald Trump of those 34 felony counts in New York, 6 of them was handpicked by his own attorney. So why they try to say that the Department of Justice is weaponizing the Department of Justice against Donald Trump and bam, 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 and this is all political, man, them ain't, for one, you was indicted by a grand jury. Those are 12 people. from totally different backgrounds that don't know each other. And then when you got indicted, you was convicted with a trial that went on trial with witnesses and evidence being shown against you. And then those 12 jurors convicted you on all 34 counts. Not only that, he's fighting 3 other indictments. The one, a RICO indictment in Georgia. He's already been convicted of rape. I mean, found liable of rape and been convicted of that, but it wasn't criminal. It wasn't criminal. It was civil. So he was found guilty of that, of raping a lady back in the day named Eugene Carroll. He got found guilty of that, and he was charged with a $5 million lawsuit for raping her. And then he defamated her character, and her attorney came right back after he had got after he had already had lost the case and had to pay her $5 million. He went right back on TV talking bad about her and defamed her character, and then she won another lawsuit. So the total money he owed her is $89 million. These are all facts. So I'm saying that to say this, that with all that being said, would you want the principal of your kid's school to have all that to have a paper trail like that on them? And it's the head, like you say, the captain in charge of the ship. Would you want your kid principal to have that type of, to have all that connected to them and on their shoulders, and it's already been convicted and proven? Like 2 of the cases he already been convicted of, the rape and the other stuff. You know what I'm saying? The campaign fraud violation. But anyway, he long story short, he a convicted felon, man. Would you want the principal to have that watching your kids?
Nah, hell no, not with all that. Not watching my kids. Nah.
Yeah, so the head of your kid's school. So why would anybody want somebody with the same thing, the head of something so much more important, the head of the country, this country, which is the United States of America, which is the strongest and most powerful country in the world? Why would we if we wouldn't give a principal, if we wouldn't want a principal just watching our kids to have that with that kind of rap sheet? Why would we give a president that got that kind of rap sheet? I mean, give a man with that kind of rap sheet the power of the presidency of the United States of America.
Hey, you got a point there, Jake. You got a point there. So you got the 2 reasons we should vote for Kamala, right? I know you just gave the reasons we shouldn't vote for Trump.
No, I already gave you the 2 reasons.
Okay.
I told you that I gave you them first.
Okay.
So now I owe you 1 more for Trump. That was my first one.
Yeah, you owe me 1 more.
No. I gave you the one. Because I gave you 1 for Trump, so I owe you 1 more. And
right.
and the other thing for Trump is just, it's just man, I mean, it's just decency. For one, I mean, the man is just he is an habitual liar, man. I mean, like he lied to the people so much. And because see me, I do my research, I do my fact checking, and I see where he lie about these things. But most his supporters and the people that believe in him, they just listen to him ramble, talking all day. He ain't talking about no policy. All he doing is talking about what other people doing, what other people ain't done, how it's so bad, how it's this. But he ain't saying nothing about how he gonna fix nothing, how this gonna be implemented. We got this strategy. He ain't talking none of that. You go and watch Kamala rallies and watch his rallies, it's like night and day, bro. You know what I'm saying? And not only that, but it's just the divisiveness and the negative energy of putting people against each other. And mainly, I don't know, black people, see, I watch all his rallies. I watch all of them. I see clips of all of them and watch the majority of them. So I know what he's saying. So in these was even before the Puerto Rico comments, when they was talking about that's an island of trash in the ocean and disrespecting the Puerto Ricans. But they just really, he just a straight up, he a racist, bro. You know what I'm saying? And because he need the black people, he won't show it. But me, honestly, how I feel, I believe he a racist. You know what I'm saying? And I don't believe that he'll be good for the people. But another thing is just the main it's the divisive rhetoric, the negativity, man. It's just like it's always something negative. And I mean, if you listen to the man, everything is rigged against him. The courts is rigged against him. This is rigged against him. Man, listen, all this shit ain't rigged against you, bro. Come on, man. We as niggas, yeah, you just a rich billionaire who can say it's rigged against you, and you got money to make the cases just keep on floating and floating, appealing and appealing, and you don't get convicted, and you in charge, and people, so the things you done to be able to get around them, but man, all these different things is being, I'm talking about, it's proof everywhere, and other people already done been convicted of it, then already pled guilty, other people that went to jail for him. I mean, that's caught up in these same situations that he caught up in. So, man, the evidence is there, man. It's not that they going against him. But the people that watch him, they just believe in his words, and I think they more mesmerized by, for one, him being a billionaire, having money, and then thinking that a lot of times black people, in general, I know my city, they got money with Trump, so they got a lot of unemployment money, too much unemployment money. Everybody so niggas wasn't working, was getting that unemployment money, and they thought that Trump was doing it. But honestly, Trump voted against giving that unemployment money up. That was really Nancy Pelosi. And when it got to the table, he had to go ahead on and vote for it. But the Republicans actually voted against it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, like I said, he just got too much baggage, bro, and he just ain't a good person, and he make the people, like, his supporters want to be angry, his supporters want to fight people, his supporters want to spread more lies. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, like, and I ain't saying all of them, but I'm saying, like, you look at the polls. They got people at the polls. The little boy in Florida, 17-year-old, was at the Florida polls with a machete, threatening Democratic voters. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He got charged. As you can Google that. He was a Republican voter. Another Republican dude hit a 60-year-old lady and knocked her down. In Florida, going to vote. Both of the shooters, both of the people that shot at Trump, the one who supposedly nicked his ear, and that was phony. That was a young white boy Republican who they end up killing. He was a Republican, and the other guy that was on his golf course that didn't even take a shot at him, the Secret Service just noticed them before he can even get down. Donald Trump was like 2 football fields away, but the Secret Service was just scanning the surroundings, and happened to see the dude in the bushes, and he fired a shot at him, and the dude took off running, and they caught him and found the gun and everything where he was. But that dude right there, he was a Nikki Haley supporter and a Rami Swami, whatever that other Republican dude is, the Asian, like Indian like type dude, but he was a supporter of them. Once again, both of them are Republicans.
Right.
So the 2 people that took shots at him was Republicans.
Say his own kind.
Yeah, his own kind, man. But this the kind of energy that he putting out there, man. This negative energy, you know what I'm saying? But you don't see no Democrats going to the polls, want to jump on nobody. You don't see the Democrats mad, hey man, because it is what it is, but we believe, you know what I'm saying? And we got power and faith on our side, man, and goodness and decency, you know what I'm saying? And caring and sharing and understanding, you know what I'm saying? These are the things that a president is supposed to, these are the kind of values a president is supposed to have, no matter what their policies are.
Okay. Enough said, my nigga. Hey, so how you feel about the borders and the undocumented immigrants? How you feel about that?
Well, we already had a plan. We had a border plan that would have knocked all that down, man. We had a border bill that was drawn up by a guy named James what was his name? Lankford. He a Republican. His name James Lankford, I think. But he's a Republican. He's a real conservative Republican, like a real Republican. But him and the Democrats got together and came up with a bipartisan border bill, which it was his office that actually led the filing of it. His office was the one that was in charge of doing everything, because what Biden did, he gave the Republicans everything they wanted in the border bill that they had already been asking for. So he went on here and said, y'all know what? Give it to him. So they gave it to him. So when you hear them talk about bipartisanship, that means that both sides are in agreement on this particular thing. So that bipartisan border deal, they had it right before they had it at the beginning of the year. It was ready to get passed. But what happened was Donald Trump or the Speaker of the House, Mike Johnson, and told Mike Johnson, because he's the head of the Republicans in the House, he told him to tell them not to vote for the bill. And then he went and told Mitch McConnell, which is the head of the Republicans in the Senate, and contacted all the Republicans in the Senate and told them not to vote for the bill. After they had already agreed to everything, after it had already been drawn up. And even the Republican guy, James Lankford, he came on TV and said, I don't know why they playing politics. He said, this is everything we was asking for. We already have it right now. This will do everything to stop all the problems at the border right now. We have the bill, but for some reason, my colleagues in the House and in the Senate are playing politics when we was sent here to do a job for the American people. And I know, and he said that Donald Trump gave them a call, and that's the reason why none of them voted for it. But Donald Trump told them not to vote for it because he needed it to run on in the election. Just think about it. If the border was already fixed, what else would Donald Trump be? He wouldn't even have nothing to talk about right now. Fetty, shut your ugly ass up in there. Oh, that's my dog. Yeah, but so I'm saying to say this is that they already had in a bipartisan agreement, a bipartisan border bill. It was already with everything they wanted, from more agents to more surveillance, high-tech surveillance. It was a whole big budget that was ready to be put together and implemented. All they had to do was just let it go through the House and get signed, let it go through Congress and get signed. Let it go through the Senate, let it go through the House, and then once it would approve through both of them, it would have landed on the president's desk and he would have signed it. But because Donald Trump needed something to run on, see, he operate off pain, bro. He operate off needing to have a problem when the problem was already freaking fixed. They had already came up with a bill. It was already bipartisanship. It was drafted. Look it up. The dude name is James Lankford. Look at him on Fox News saying that everything was what we wanted. And for some reason, my colleagues in the Senate and in the House chose to play politics instead of getting the job done for the American people and closing the border like we've been talking about we want to do for all these years.
Okay.
Yeah, man. See, I got the facts, bro. You know what I'm saying? I ain't, like I said, I originally liked the Donald Trump, so I can go there if we can go back from as a kid and a young nigga seeing him, coming up. I didn't know much about him. Just seeing he was a rich white man. He was cool with Mike Tyson. He was cool with Don King. See him at the fights. Hearing the other rappers putting his name in songs. You know what I'm saying? And boom, 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 boom. So businessman, so to speak. So I kind of admired the guy. I never watched The Apprentice, but I kind of admired him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's kind of like my next question. Like, why do you think a bunch of black people, mainly street niggas, vote for Trump, to get behind Trump? You know what I'm saying? I heard shit like they said Trump's got the street on lock. Why do you think?
Man,
what I mean?
Well, I just told you, man. Unemployment money, PPP loan, IDL, nigga, all them loans where people got money from. They felt like Trump was and then on the unemployment checks and those stimulus checks, he put his name on the checks. See, his name was on them checks, even though he voted against it. But when he had to go ahead and sign it and pass it, he was forced to have to do it because Nancy Pelosi put the pressure on him, and the American people wanted it and needed it. So he had to do it. Even when the Republicans wanted to vote against it, he had to inject that money into the system because it was the only way to keep this country going before we went into a recession from already being in a pandemic. So they had to inject that money into the system, to keep people going, to keep the economy going.
Right.
But because his name was on them checks and niggas was doing better, buying cars, nigga going out, hanging, living, doing this, calling, nigga, baby mama, nigga, no drama, bitch, you can go on. I got a check coming every week. I ain't got to take your shit no more. Blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? Niggas gave niggas power. So I understand where niggas at, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, see, if somebody gonna give us some money, then shit, we want them in the building. You know what I'm saying? Like, see, whoever finna help us, help me through this struggle. You know what I'm saying? And help me get back on my feet, or help me when I'm off my feet. You know, to get through the times so I get back on my feet. I understand. I'm a real street nigga from the block, man. I understand how this shit go. I stay and live and understand codes. Abide by them, live by them, never go. I ain't never been back folded. You know what I'm talking about? So I know it is, but I'm talking about the thing about it is that we have to realize that was only because it was a once in a lifetime pandemic that happened, and it wasn't just in America, it was all over the entire world. So that's why that money was injected into our economy, and they was passing all that money out was to keep the economy going so it wouldn't collapse and for us to fall into a depression, because it would have been too hard to come back from a depression. So it was, and if we went in depression, they was gonna have to do it anyway. So they made the decision to go on and do it now. That was the better decision than just letting us have a once in a lifetime pandemic. And 3,000 people a day was dying at one point, and then at the same time we didn't went into a recession all the way down to a depression.
Right.
So yeah, that's all it is, man. But you know, but I don't see. Like me, the only reason I'm standing on this and even having these interviews and talking with people and trying to get the word out for Kamala, you know what I'm saying? I ain't getting paid from the, I don't know her. I ain't talked to nobody that know her. These ain't nobody else's views that got nothing to do with her. These are just all my own views and things I've educated myself to know that Trump would be a bad deal for my black people. You know what I'm saying? And mostly what I do when I speak up, I'm speaking up for the ghetto. I'm speaking up for the people that's poor. I'm speaking up for the ones who ain't got nothing. You know what I'm saying? Who came from nothing. You know what I'm saying? I'm speaking up for the unfortunate. You know what I'm saying? That's my nigga. I'm a defender of women and children, for one, and because I'm a real man. You know what I'm saying? Period. And for two, I'm a representation, man, of my city and my people, man. You know what I'm saying? And they struggle and they pain. I come from that shit. I understand it. You know what I'm saying? I know it oh too well. And no matter how I've been blessed to live and move my life over all these years, living in different places, and God has blessed me to do so many different things. You know what I'm saying? But I never forgot where I came from, and I never forgot I never forgot the pain of that struggle. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Hey, bro. So how you feel about that Project 2025 that Trump said he never endorsed?
Well, I was just gonna say that. That's the reason why. That's what really threw, when I started getting into that. That's what really threw up the red flag. Like, man, because I wasn't even gonna say nothing. I'm telling you, the Bishop Don Juan, man, my man. Shout out to the church. You know what I'm saying, man. The bishop always told me, man. He said, don't never talk about politics, Black F. He said, man, don't. He said, because whatever you say gonna always be out there, and people gonna get mad at you about it, and they're gonna come after you. You know what I'm saying? He said, so just stay away from politics. He said, just talk about your life, talk about where you came from, talk about your music, talk about your son music, talk about your books you writing, talk about your movie, all the stuff you like. Just talk about your own game. He said, but don't discuss politics. You know what I'm saying? And normally everything the bishop tell me is always right. Anytime I don't listen to him, I always have a problem. Some always go like he said it was gonna go. Like somebody gonna get mad, somebody gonna want to come say something. But nobody's saying nothing before I said something about politics. But politics got people in their feelings, and they be more angrier and want to try to do all kind of stuff, and it brings out evil and hatred in people. So the bishop then told me, but once I had came across that Project 2025. I said, man, ain't no way I can be quiet for my people, man, in Flint. Ain't no way I can shut up. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no way I can hold this back. And I got this information, and I know, listen, he said he ain't got nothing to do with it. He never read it, but you can Google it. His name is in it 312 times. His name is inside of the Project 20 on them 900 pages. His name is in there 312 times.
Out of them 900 pages, his name is 300 times, you say?
300 times.
I know he said he claimed he didn't ever endorse it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
but he didn't did speeches. You can look at his. So the Project 25 was created by a group called the Heritage Foundation. The Heritage Foundation is a Christian nationalist organization, and they want this country to be ran by Christians. They want us because the Constitution say that state and church and state should be separate. That's how the Constitution is. So that's why the laws of the Bible are not the laws of the land for the United States, because those laws, even though a lot of presidents have been Christians and have been Catholics and believe in Jesus Christ and believe in the Lord and the Word, but those two, church and state, and is one of the laws of the Constitution. Is one of the amendments of the Constitution. Church and state is to be separate, not together.
Right.
But the Heritage Foundation want to bring church and state together. And they want this, and they want to run it under, but they act like that. But really, even they really, to me, is some racist white folks that had slaves going to church and reading the Bible, and they was acting like they was religious, but at the same time was whooping and beating slaves and raping women and having mixed kids and doing everything under the sun. But they still act like they was holier than thou and still had Bibles and gave us Bibles to read.
Right. Right.
Yeah. So just look it up. It's the Heritage Foundation. They the ones who. But the reason why Project 2025 is in place is because Donald Trump wasn't ready when he became president the last time. So he was fumbling. Even if you look at when he wasn't comfortable. It took him a couple months to even get comfortable being in there. You see what I'm saying? But then when he got his foot, he started, he started acting like himself, you know what I'm saying? But it took him a minute to find himself when he first became president, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, he went through a lot of cabinet members, hired them, fired them all the time. He say I hire the best people. Well, the same, you hired and fired so many people through your presidency, and none of the people that was on your cabinet, the majority of the people that had the high positions in your cabinet say you the worst. They all voting for Kamala Harris. Even your own vice president is not voting for you. He voting for Kamala Harris.
Damn, that's deep.
Yeah, all of his attorney general said he wasn't fit to be the president. You know what I'm saying, and be in power again. His defense minister, his top general, his chief of staff, his vice president, so many people that was in powerful positions that worked for him, that worked in the White House with him. These people saying that he don't belong to be nowhere near the Oval Office again. And these are people that he hired. He chose to be a part of his own cabinet.
Okay. All right. I got a couple more questions for you, right? So, do you think other countries would think we weak if we have a woman president? If VP Harris win today, do you think other countries gonna think we weak? Go ahead.
Well, you know who what's the lady name? Merkel. They've been, it's Europe didn't had a lady that was, Germany didn't had a lady, Angela Merkel or something like that. She was the president of them or the head of the, they don't got presidents. They got like whatever they got, but she was
prime ministers. Ain't they prime ministers or something?
Yeah, prime minister. Yeah, she was So it done been prime. Yeah, it done been and she was a powerful, respected leader. I think she just retired or something, or she about to, you know what I'm saying, his last term or something. But but she was in power for years, man. Angela Merkel, I think that's her name. It was in Germany, France, somewhere over there in Europe, you know what I'm saying? But that don't matter. She more qualified for the job than Obama was when he became president. Let me say that one more time.
Yeah. Miss Tia Harris said, what about Queen Elizabeth? So I guess that's power. They respected the Queen,
Yeah.
The Queen respected,
But I'm gonna just try to tell you this: we as Black people, we got to give her flowers while she's here, man, and we can't go against our own because it's not a racist thing. So I know it's a lot of white people that's voting for Kamala, and I respect them. And some of them was Republicans, but they changing over and voting for Kamala because they see how despicable Donald Trump is and how indecent he is and how unsavory he is. Like he's just not a good person, man. He always cussing and saying something negative, and I mean, it's just everything is nothing positive. The energy is just all hate, and people think it's funny. People think it's funny, but it's not presidential, my nigga, for real.
Okay.
Yeah. But I'm gonna say this: she more qualified for the job than Obama was when he came into becoming the president.
Wow.
Obama had been a lawyer, and Obama had been I don't know what other offices he held before he became a senator. But that's all he had held. He had just been a lawyer, I know, and he had been a senator. Well, this lady was a lawyer first, a district attorney, just a regular lawyer. Then from a district attorney to the attorney general in the state of California, which made her the top lawyer of law and crime in you know the top law enforcement person in California. But she went from a district attorney as a prosecutor to a attorney general, meaning the head honcho in charge of all other all crime, everything. She was the top law enforcement person in California when you're the attorney general, and like the attorney general of the United States, you know what I'm saying? Everything, the FBI, all them go through his hands. So she was the attorney general of California. So she was a district attorney. Then she became the head lawyer, basically head of crime in California, the attorney general. Then she became a senator. And then she became the first woman vice president.
So I guess you're right. She will be more qualified than Obama ever was, huh?
Yeah, man. Her qualifications speak for themselves, man. This lady that put in work, man, and then did the work, man, to stand and stood on business, man.
Right. So look, right, I got this last question for you, Jake.
Go ahead.
So what's the difference between VP Harris and Hillary Clinton? What's the difference, man? Like, you know what I'm saying? Hillary couldn't do it. We're gonna take Kamala over the threshold, you know, over the top.
Well,
What's the difference? You know,
man,
they both women. They both women.
yeah, but what happened was, man, see, they ran the flea flicker on them niggas, man. They ran the Ramruski on the Republicans, the Democrats. Hey, this gonna be, listen, in history, when they go back and talk about this gonna be the coldest behind the back, through the legs, half court shot ever pulled in politics. Because what they did, was they let him hate on, they let the Republicans use all their money and all their energy hating on Joe Biden and his son Hunter Biden. And they waited all the way till after the Republican convention. That's when they had got all their steam and they had used all their energy and everything was Biden. Then when they pulled the flea flicker and then he passed the baton, you know what I'm saying? And she took off running. They wasn't ready for her.
Hey Jay, they pulled remember we used to do the double reverse? We playing football on the street. Hey, they pulled the double reverse.
Yeah, that's the double reverse, the flea flicker, man. To one nigga, we run through the back, and the other nigga, they thought they had to give us. Yeah, that nigga going in for the touchdown, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, the double reverse, baby. Exactly. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Yep, flea flicker or double reverse, whichever one you want to call it.
Right.
Yeah, man. So when they did that, that's so they didn't have. But see, when Hillary, they were so focused on the Benghazi stuff, they had already brought her into court and made her testify in front of people for days, for endless hours and days out nonstop, answering stupid ass questions about these emails and about Benghazi. And at the end of the day, they didn't have no evidence, and all that shit was just made up. But because they were so focused on the Biden so-called crime family and Hunter Biden's laptop and all this other shit. When Kamala came, they wasn't ready. She hit the ground running and took straight off on their ass. They wasn't ready for. She did a fishtail on them hoes. They ain't seen that. All they seen was her head. All they seen was smoke and tail lights, nigga.
Absolutely, man. Hey, but what you got for us in closing, Jake, man? What you got? What you want the people to know, man, about getting out the vote today and who to vote for, and you know what I mean? We got in closing remarks.
Like I say, man, I'm gonna tell them go Democratic all the way down the ticket, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't know about what's going on with the local election. I don't know if it's a mayor. The mayor got to be elected, or somebody running against the mayor or not. You know, all I do is just like me, like how you hear I can call out names and these white folks' names that I don't know. I got a 10th grade education, nigga, straight up. I never went to college or nothing.
Right. You know, I know, Jake.
Yeah,
Hey, Jake, you up on anything that's happening here locally? Like we got the first ward city council race today. We got Leon Elamine against Carol
Carol McIntyre.
McIntosh, and we got a write-in, Rosemary Moreau.
Okay, what happened to the barber, the older lady, Biggs?
Oh, Miss Beverly Biggs, that's in the third.
Okay, it's
That's in
Beverly
the
Biggs.
third.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
I kind of be up on it a little bit, but I know Carol personally.
Right.
Actually, Carol's name is in my movie. She got
Okay.
credits on my movie because she
Okay.
was the girl who my homegirl Chloe that was my assistant. It's like my sister for real, but she was my assistant doing the movie, and she did
Okay.
stuff, so she got credits in the movie, and then Carol was basically her assistant.
Okay.
So Carol,
You know Leon. You know Leon.
no, I don't know Leon.
Okay.
So they going for that spot that Quincy Murphy
Yeah,
had.
they going for Eric May's old spot.
Oh, Eric Mazo's spot, and then Beverly
Yeah,
Biggs.
first ward. Yep, first
Beverly
ward.
Biggs is going for the Quincy Murphy spot.
Quincy. Yep, Quincy Murphy spot. Yep. You got Miss Beverly Biggs, Levy, you got Rich Jones, you got AC Dumas, and you got Kerry Nelson. So you
Okay.
got going for that.
Me once again, I'm a real nigga, and real niggas don't speak on things that they don't know.
Right.
Unless they
Absolutely.
really know them. You know what I'm saying? We don't just go bumping like a nigga can't tell me a nigga doing something and I can't see the proof of it, or somebody I gotta see the proof of it, man. I can hear it. I can hear what you're saying. You
So
know
you
what I'm
gotta have
saying?
them receipts, huh, Jake? You gotta have them receipts, paperwork.
Yeah, you gotta have the
Right.
paperwork, man. You can't just
Right.
be saying something, whatever it is. I don't care what it is. You gotta be some proof in the pudding, man. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because real niggas don't only speak on what they know or what they can prove.
Absolutely.
So me, as far as the local ones, even though I know Carol and I know she a good person, and you know what I'm saying, and and she cool, but as far as how she'll move politically, I really don't know much about that. I do know she a good
Right.
person, she cool, you know what I'm saying, but I don't know. So if I was to say to vote for somebody, I would have to say her, but I
Okay.
don't know the other gentleman, Leon. So if I
Okay.
knew enough about him, I might say maybe vote for him more than her if I knew more
Right.
about, you know what I'm saying. So because because I don't got the information as far as their record and their history and what they done voted on and what they done stood for. And
Right.
as far as politically goes, you know what I'm saying, or even things they done for the city, you know what I'm saying, just
Right.
whatever position. I know Carol was I know that she was in the also was a part of the school board, but
School board, yeah. Yep.
yeah, but I don't know how immaculate her record is on that and what they saying. So me, like I said, if I would vote for anybody, it would be somebody that I know, but I don't want to just put politics, vote for somebody who's gonna be in charge of people and in charge of things. I don't want to just do it just because I know you. I want to know what you're about, because I might know you as a person, but politically or as far as it comes to being a person that's for the people and doing the right thing, your record may say something differently than what I know about you personally.
Okay. Yeah, man. I respect that answer though. Hey, hey, Jake, real niggas do real shit.
All
Shit,
our
man.
life, all our life. We
Yeah.
don't do nothing
Take it
else.
back all our life, baby.
Yeah, yeah. We don't
You
play
know
no
what I'm saying?
and we don't do no little old lady shit. You know what I'm saying? You know
No,
what I'm saying? So
no,
yeah,
no.
and like I say, me like when I got that text from you yesterday about about some little old lady shit. I
Right.
ain't get you back, but I'm just like, oh man, like these niggas in their feelings about this election, man. This this shit got these niggas, man, feeling some type of way when a nigga say a nigga ain't doing nothing but saying the truth, but then a nigga want to go. But that's what happened when you had niggas that ain't really cut like that ain't from the streets, because the real street niggas know.
Right.
Yeah, the streets really, really know. You know what I'm saying? Like they
Yeah.
know what it is. Because they only gonna go by receipts. You know what I'm saying? They look at it and see this some bullshit or what it is or what
Yeah.
like.
That,
Yeah,
that's what.
that shit ain't flying with
That's
that
what.
shit ain't.
That,
Yeah, funny
yeah.
business ain't. Little old lady shit ain't gonna fly with real niggas though, because real niggas stand on business and they know what it is. And if a motherfucker ain't got no street credibility, don't nobody know you where you come from. You been going to school, you been a nerd, nigga. You ain't putting no work in, nigga. You been talking and see me, like I told you, I ain't no political nigga. I'm just a nigga that love my people, and because I know a little bit about it and studied and paid attention, what I've learned from my perspective and from my eyesight and my ears, what I done heard. Kamala Harris is the best vote for my people. So
Okay.
that's why she got my vote. You know what I'm saying? But all that other phony ass, lying ass, goofy ass, weird ass shit, man. Come on, man. Real niggas don't do none of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, shit, I'm sorry you lost your girlfriend 2 years ago to your boy. You know what I'm saying? It took your
Hey,
bitch. You know what I'm saying?
hey
I'm
Jay,
sorry about all that,
hey,
man. I'm sorry.
hey
I'm
Jay,
sorry about
hey
all that,
Jay.
man. But like I said, it ain't got nothing to do with me, man. Women love me, man. Listen, I am the black health. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, man. I
Hey,
am
hey,
the
hey.
from Flint that had a resume. You know what I'm talking about, with beautiful women nonstop, consistently, that came straight from the block, that built it up out the mud from nothing, and
Hey,
yes, and stay hustling after dark every night.
my nigga. Hey, look, Jay, right? I've been meaning to tell you this, right? So, a long time ago, I had the little client. I pull up to the little client. These the street days, and she tell me right. You from the crack those days. She tell me right. She said, she had a daughter, right?
Uh-huh.
Bad, pretty. I'm talking about knockout, pretty. She was about 20, 19, 20. She said, Jake, she said, do you know this nigga named Jake? Man, I fell out, dog. She said, hey, she said she packed her bags and went to see you. I like, damn. I
Hey,
said, I can't help you with that, baby.
I changed your life, and
hey, hey,
I
Jake, this
changed
was
your
100 years ago. This was 100 years ago.
yeah. No. Listen, that's the same girl I took and her daughter. I took the daughter. I know the grandmama. She cussed me out and said all kind of
Right,
stuff. You know,
right,
initially,
right,
and then years later, she sent me a long message on Facebook apologizing, thanking me for everything I did for her
right,
daughter and her granddaughter, and
right,
and and,
right,
and just in last year at the granddaughter's graduation,
right.
she whispered in my ear and said, "Thank you again, Jake, for everything you did for Jasmine and for boom, 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 boom." And I wanted to, I said, "Oh, ain't no problem." But I wanted to say, "Damn, why you whispering? Say that shit through the megaphone. Let these motherfuckers know." You did.
The black health in the motherfucking building, man.
Yeah,
Hey,
man.
man.
Hey, man. Jakafella, Jake the Flake, Jakafella, the Black Health, man. He the same nizzle, just different bankrolls. But guess what? I done added another name to it. And y'all don't even know.
What is it, Jake? What is it?
I go by. Listen. I just released my second Afrobeat single on Saturday.
Okay.
My Afrobeat name is Whomi, WHO''ME question mark.
Who me?
Whomi, like who me?
Yeah, who me? Right. I
Yeah, like,
got you.
so that's how I came up with it, because my Afrobeat music is so good, and it's like it's where my heart is. It's like my other music. I love that street shit. I'm from it, but I done matured spiritually, mentally, fit all these ways. I done matured, and as a man, you're supposed to evolve. You know what I'm saying? So where I'm at, even when I retired from the rap genre last year, I just told niggas, I said I'm retiring from the rap genre, but I never said I was retiring from music.
Right.
But niggas didn't catch that. So last year on my birthday, I released my first single, which featured my son on it, because he was there when I was writing it, and it was the first Afrobeat song I wrote. Well,
Shout
now,
out to Rudy. Shout out to Rudy. Shout out to
shout
Rudy
out
the
to Young
business.
Rudy
That's
the
my
business, man.
dog. Shout out to
Hey,
Rudy.
yeah, Young Rudy the business, man. Yeah, he love my
Yeah.
nigga, man. Yeah, he just touched back down. He was locked up for a few months, you know what I'm saying? But
Okay.
he just touched back down on the ground, man. Gonna get his head,
Okay.
gonna keep his head above water, man, and gonna get to that money and use his talent to go make the
Right.
millions he got the ability to do, you know what I'm saying? So I'm still 150% behind my nigga as always, you know what I'm saying? But
Right. Right. Right.
yeah,
Absolutely.
Who Me. So my first single was released my birthday last year, September 29th. That song is called What's Your Sign? And then my second single I just released last Saturday, just 3 days ago. Was this Tuesday? Yeah, so three
Yeah.
days ago, I just released my second single. It's called Love Me.
Okay.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But you see, in Afro beats, the beats is dope. I can talk about love. I can talk about fun. I can talk about sex. I can talk about, you know what I'm talking about? Yeah, I can talk about that grown shit, but the music feel good, my nigga. It feel good to my soul.
Okay. Hey,
Yeah.
that's what's up, man.
Yeah. So and let me give you one last thing, how I came up with the name, because I already got pretty much the whole album done. So a whole album, Afrobeat album. But when I was sitting there listening to the songs as I was doing them, and I was sitting in my bed, I'm like, damn, like, well, what am I call myself? I ain't got no name. But I was listening, but in my mind, I was visualizing myself in the second or third row at the Grammys, about to get my Grammy award, right? Because I told myself, I said, I'm gonna get me a Grammy in this genre. I said, and so as I'm listening to it, I said, but what am I gonna call myself? And I thought about it. I said, well, when they call my name for my Grammy, since I never got a Grammy for all the other music I made, when they call my name for the Grammy, I'm gonna stand up and look to the right, look to the left, and throw my hands in the air and say, "Who, me?"
That's dope, bro. Hey, but you know what? Hey, Jake, you know you gonna always be Jake the motherfucker flake to me, goddamn it. I was hustling off that shit. Those
Hey
was the
man,
real days.
hey,
Four Kenwoods.
hey,
Hey, 415s in the Kenwood, baby. Them the days, you know?
hey man, I
But
was hustling. I was hustling when I wrote it, and I'm still hustling right now. It's just a different way. You know what I'm saying?
my,
Just a different grind. You know,
my
legitimate.
nigga.
You know, book
Yep.
writing. You know what I'm saying? Studying, trying to open up other avenues of business. You know what I'm saying? Just I'm making a transition from, excuse me, some things I was doing previously, you know what I'm saying? So in that transition thing, things a little slower for me than it normally would be. But you know me, I'm a hustler and a grinder and a survivor. So I know, God is good, you know what I'm saying? So I
Right.
trust in the
Absolutely.
Lord, you know what I'm saying? And whatever I put my mind to, as long as I stuck with it, it always worked out. So everything that I got going now, God's will, my children's books, I got 6 more children's books ready to come out for the end of the year. If you ain't already,
Okay.
if y'all ain't already bought my other 3 children's books, they out
Okay.
right now on Amazon. One is called Can I Touch the Sky? The other one is called Do Like Jesus. And the other one is called God and Me. And that's by author
Okay.
J. Hudson,
Y'all
Hud.
go get that. Y'all go get that. Support Jake, man. What he doing, man? You already know what I'm gonna say. Shit. Motherfuckers gotta stop falling for the banana in the tailpipe smoking mirrors bullshit, man. I don't
That
know nothing about making America great again, but I'm gonna make the hood great again. These white people playing chess, they ain't playing checkers.
period, man.
Um,
And that's why, like I say, when I come and we talk about it, I'm only
yeah,
bringing receipts. I ain't just talking about, well, man, he said this, or man, she said this, or this. Man, where? But listen, man. At the end of the day, man, which one of them is closer? Okay, if Donald Trump is closer to the decency that you've seen in your father or your grandfather, then vote for him. If Kamala Harris is closer to the decency you've seen in your mother or your grandmother, whichever one was more decent, that's the one you vote for. Because at this election, at this point where the world is at right now, where this country is so divided, we need something that's going to unite us, not that's going to further divide us.
okay.
Period.
I
And the
knew.
only thing gonna do that is somebody with a decent with decency in their mind and on their heart, and that's what that is. And if you think Donald Trump got it, then vote for him. If you think that, or if you just vote for him for money, you voting against your daughter, you voting against your sister, you voting against your mother, you voting against your whole entire race. You voting against the entire United States, and you voting against the world, because this man got the ability to mess the whole world up. The president cannot just mess the country up, the hood up. He can mess the world up.
Oh, yeah, that's deep right there. Hey man, shit. We out of this bitch, Jake.
Okay, number love, man. Thanks for having me, man. Like I said, once again, man, stay
Uh,
down like 4 flat tires, man, until you come up, nigga. You did?
my nizzle. Peace.
Some more of it, church.
With Terrence Sale on Flint's #1 online podcast, Flint After Dark. We speak for the streets.
It's your boy, Terrence Sales, a.k.a. Mr. Speak for the Streets, a.k.a. Big T, and you locked in to the #1 podcast in Flint, Michigan, Flint After Dark. We speak for the streets.
I'm from Flint, Flint. Fight like it's no tomorrow, motherfucker.